Good evening. I'd like to call the Physical Service Committee meeting for June 3rd, 2024 to order, please. Can I have the roll call?
Counselor Burridge?
Here.
Counselor Benucci?
Here.
Counselor Walker?
Here.
Counselor Gozick?
Here.
I'd like to approve the minutes of the committee meeting held May 20th, 2024, please. Counselor Walker, Counselor Venucci.
Counselor Burridge?
Yes.
Counselor Benucci?
Yes.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Gozick?
Yes.
See no old business, I'll move on to communication. One, the Office of Economic Development has received a request from Griffin Braley of Sky Boots School to host a drum fest on Saturday, September 7th, 2024 from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. at the Veterans Stage, as well as a waiver of the noise ordinance. Is there anybody here like to speak on it? I see no one. Can I have a motion? Counselor Venucci, Counselor Gozick.
Counselor Burridge?
Yes.
Counselor Benucci?
Yes.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Gozick?
Yes.
Number two, the Office of Economic Development has received a request from Paul Novotny to host a Revolutionary War battle reenactment on Saturday, June 22nd, 2024, starting at 10:30 a.m. at Washington Square Park. I believe this is an ongoing event. They used to hold it at the fort quite often. It's pretty noisy, actually, when you only live a block away. Is there anybody here like to speak on it? Can I have a motion? Counselor Gozick, Counselor Walker.
Counselor Burridge?
Yes.
Counselor Benucci?
Yes.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Gozick?
Yes.
Number three, Craig Rebior, Commissioner of Public Works and Parks and Recreation, has received a request from Susan McBurdy on behalf of the Oswego Bookmobile for permission to use public space during their annual literacy program during the 2024 summer months. Anybody here like to speak on that? Another ongoing event, it's been here as long as I've been here, that this is, Sue McBurdy's put it in front of us. Apparently it's a pretty good hit. I'd like to have a motion on that, please. Counselor Walker, Counselor Gozick.
Counselor Burridge?
Yes.
Counselor Benucci?
Yes.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Gozick?
Yes.
Number four, the Oswego Renaissance Association requests the use of public space to place their annual block challenge and Pride Project signage in the designated locations. Another ongoing project we've been having great luck with. Improves the neighborhoods. I've had a couple blocks in my ward, and it's a really nice job that they do. They assist a lot of people inside the city with this. Anybody here like to speak on it? Can I have a motion? Counselor Venucci, Counselor Walker.
Counselor Burridge?
Yes.
Counselor Benucci?
Yes.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Gozick?
Yes.
I'd like to have a motion to adjourn. Counselor Gozick, Counselor Venucci.
Counselor Burridge?
Yes.
Counselor Benucci?
Yes.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Gozick?
Yes.
At this time, I would like to call to order the Administrative Services Committee. Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Plunkett?
Here.
Counselor Burridge?
Here.
Counselor Allen?
Here.
Counselor Venucci?
Here.
Counselor Walton?
Here.
I'd like a motion to accept the minutes from the previous meeting held on May 20th, 2024. Counselor Walton, Counselor Allen.
Counselor Plunkett?
Yes.
Counselor Burridge?
Yes.
Counselor Allen?
Yes.
Counselor Venucci?
Yes.
Counselor Walton?
Yes.
Item number one under communication, Craig Rebior, Commissioner of Public Works and Parks and Recreation, requests authorization for the City Chamberlain to release funds from the Ice Rink Capital Reserve Account in an amount not exceeding $35,000 to cover maintenance of the 2 ice skating rinks in Oswego. Commissioner?
Good evening. These fees are, well, the capital reserve account is the fees that we collect from the groups that use the rink. Goes into a dedicated account. That money goes back into the rinks for maintenance thereof, which we're in the off season. We have some piping at the Crisafulli rink on the east side that needs to be replaced, and a valve in the chiller room. At the the Cullen rink, we are going to do a LED lighting upgrade in-house, as well as some plumbing fixtures and other just necessary maintenance.
Any questions? Can I get a motion, please? Counselor Allen, Counselor Burge.
Counselor Plunkett,
Yes.
Counselor Burridge,
Yes.
Counselor Allen,
Yes.
Counselor Benucci,
Yes.
Counselor Walton,
Yes.
Thank you, Commissioner. Item number 2 under communication, Police Chief Phil Cady requests authorization for the City Chamberlain to complete a budget amendment to the police equipment account in the amount of $46,590.28 to cover the cost of replacing 2 community service officer vehicles. Police Chief Cady couldn't be here tonight, so Deputy Chief Waters is here.
Good evening, everyone. Yep, so the department's asking for these 2 vehicles. We had the 2 vehicles that we would typically use for this function, both had blown motors, so those weren't feasible to replace, and after some legwork, the chief found a couple of nice vehicles that should fit this position pretty well. Additionally, we're waiting on our 23 order, and once the 23s come in, the typical movement will go to these. However, with these 2 new ones coming, we'll utilize the next rotation for our school resource officer program. So a little shuffle, just because of the vehicles being down, but we're trying to maintain that same cycle that he's put me for you before.
Counselor Allen?
So when do we expect the 2023 vehicles to come in?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Okay.
We're hopefully soon, but they're still playing catch up from the years of being behind, so
Okay, thank you,
I don't have a date for you.
thank you.
Timmy?
Counselor Burge?
I heard today that we might be increasing the SRO program.
Correct. So the chief has been working with the school district to add a couple more officers per their request. Those terms are still being worked out, but we have potential candidates lined up. And assuming all the budget things go through, we would hopefully be able to accommodate the request.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
More questions? Can I get a motion, please? Counselor Burridge, Counselor Vernucci.
Counselor Plunkett,
Yes.
Counselor Burridge,
Yes.
Counselor Allen,
Yes.
Counselor Benucci,
Yes.
Counselor Walton,
Yes.
Item number 3 under communication, Police Chief Phil Cady requests authorization for the City Chamberlain to accept the New York State Edward Byrne Memorial Justice Assistant Grant in the amount of $21,575 to purchase portable mobile data terminals.
Yep, so this is a state grant that'll be utilized to purchase 5 new computers for our vehicles, for our patrol vehicles. So that amount will cover the cost of the computers, and the installation is done in-house.
Nice. Any questions? Get a motion, please? Counselor Walton, Counselor Allen.
Counselor Plunkett,
Yes.
Counselor Burridge,
Yes.
Counselor Allen,
Yes.
Counselor Benucci,
Yes.
Counselor Walton,
Yes.
Item number 4 under communication, City Chamberlain Deborah Code requests authorization to complete a transfer of funds in the amount of $4,785 from the debt contingent account to the bond anticipation note short-term interest account. Chamberlain Code.
Thank you, Counselor. This was done after the 2024 budget was adopted. It's at the work at our water treatment plant, and EFC's taking it to short-term. We anticipated this and put it in debt contingent. Now we just have to move it to the proper payment account.
Any questions for the City Chamberlain? Can I get a motion, please? Counselor Allen, Counselor Vernucci.
Counselor Plunkett,
Yes.
Counselor Burridge,
Yes.
Counselor Allen,
Yes.
Counselor Benucci,
Yes.
Counselor Walton,
Yes.
Item number 5 under communication, City Engineer Jeff Hinderleiter requests authorization for the mayor to sign an agreement with Northern Asphalt LLC in the amount of $941,506 for the 2024 milling and paving project.
Good evening, councilors. I placed on your desks the bid summary sheet from the bid that we performed and got back from Onondaga County Purchasing. There were 4 bidders. The low bidder was Northern Asphalt, $941,506. The next lowest bidder was at $1,080,000. The next was $1,095,983, and the last was about $1.2 million. So it's a good bid that we received from Northern Asphalt. They're also known as Rosselli. They have done the paving in the city for a number of years. So they're familiar with us, we're familiar with them, and they anticipate upon your approval that we will have a pre-construction meeting to start talking schedule and laying out the work the week of June 17th. The final paving list, I believe, there was a press release that has that, but if there are any questions that you have on any of the candidates, we can certainly get you the answers that you need and go from there. Yes, sir.
What are we doing with the grindings this year? We selling them to them, or we're gonna sell them outright?
So our millings this year, we relinquished them back to Rosselli. In discussions with the DPW commissioner, we didn't really have a good place to put them. Given the challenges we faced over at our storage site,
Yeah.
we just said, build it in your bid that you're gonna truck them and do something with them. I would suggest that if people are looking for them, because in the past we have had homeowners and that ask for them, or people outside the community, Rosselli usually is pretty good about if you approach them, they're willing to dispose of them closer than, than their yards.
Thank you.
Counselor Allen?
So, trying to think of how I want to phrase this. Your working relationship with Rosselli, the cities, would you consider it a good relationship?
Yeah.
Okay, because I know that you feel they've done good work in the city, and I'm sure they have for the most part, but I am aware of several instances where it's not been high-quality work.
Sure. Whenever we've had an issue,
Yeah,
I use the power of the checkbook. So we had an issue last year in Trillium Garden that required some additional paving and attention. We had an issue on a street on the east side on Elm Street where the workmanship was just, it didn't go well. I
Right.
think it was getting over compacted. We refused to pay them for that and made them come back and warranty the street and redo it the next year before we released payment. Rosselli has always been responsive. If we have an issue, they want to make it right. And our biggest challenges have mainly come from trying to catch the things before they happen. And so last year, after we had some challenges out in Trillium Gardens, we changed how we were having a clerk, and we actually assigned 2 clerk of the works on the job full-time following the paver, and the issues smoothed out. And so this year, we are working together to appoint a clerk of the works full-time to be exclusively on the paving project, to be an extension of myself, so that we can try to avoid some of the challenges that we've had in the past.
great, yeah, and I would encourage us to be really diligent in that space because it's, it's a lot, rework is always harder than work,
Absolutely.
right? So,
Yep, whenever we've had to do it with them, and every year we've had something they've had to come back and redo, they've been responsive and they've taken care of it. I
Okay.
definitely prefer to catch it before the work's done. We get a better product in the end.
okay, well, I'm aware of some smaller instances where the DPW has had to come in and
Yes.
actually do the work themselves in order to get it done right, and in those cases, I don't know if low bid is the appropriate bid, if it's not, if we're not getting what we want, so I guess I'll just put on the record that I'm hopeful the city can maintain that level of diligence and yeah,
Certainly.
okay, that was it, just a comment and that question, thank you.
Sure. Thank you, Counselor Allen.
Yep.
Any more questions? Counselor Walker?
Yeah, this ain't a question. I'd just like to make a little amendment to this if we could, because I see Albany Street isn't on there from Jim Champagne Drive. I'd like to go to City Line Road, but I don't think it'll work that with the money-wise. At least go down to the bottom of the hill to the back pit gate entrance if we could.
Typically, the mayor works with the councilors to establish where we are. I'm certainly open to it. There is some money left within our CHIPS funds. I would say that we can have a conversation with the mayor, and if we want to amend the project, that is certainly a possibility.
All right, thank you. Vote on the amendment.
Any other comments?
Do we vote on it now, or?
You gotta vote on it now.
Can I get a motion to amend? Counselor Burridge, Counselor Walker?
Counselor Plunkett,
Yes to amend?
Counselor Burridge,
Yes to amend.
Counselor Allen,
Yes to amend?
Counselor Benucci,
Yes to amend.
Counselor Walton.
Yes to amend.
Item number 6 under communication. City Engineer Jeff Hinterleiter requests acceptance of the bid submitted by GHD Consulting Services Incorporated in the amount of $518,000 for professional services at the West Side Wastewater Treatment Plant.
So, prior to this meeting, it came to my attention that a number of the actual bid packet pieces of information did not make it to your hands. I apologize for that. This one is a little more straightforward. This is asset management work that we've been performing at both our plants. If you remember, I explained how the East Side plant, currently we're doing a blower improvement project after we've done an electrical upgrade that's being funded through a New York State grant, and then EFC low-interest financing. This is the same project, but now at the west side. Because of the size of the project, we had to advertise for proposals to engineering firms to do the work. The firms were solicited. GHD came back. When we do these, it's an evaluated bid, so it doesn't necessarily go to the low bidder. We look at their qualifications, we look at their availability, their job approach, those type of things. In this case, it did go to the low bidder, which would be GHD for $518,000. The second bidder was Jacobs. They were just over $600,000, and the third bidder was Brown and Caldwell for over $940,000. So this is an EFC project, and the grant will cover this expense. So I am requesting your approval to authorize the mayor to accept this bid and approve this proposal so we can get that design started.
Any questions for the city engineer? Can I get a motion, please? Counselor Walton, Counselor Burridge.
Counselor Plunkett,
Yes.
Counselor Burridge,
Yes.
Counselor Allen,
Yes.
Counselor Benucci,
Yes.
Counselor Walton.
Yes.
Item number 7 under communication, City Engineer Jeff Hinterleiter requests approval of a proposal submitted by LaBella Associates DPC in the amount of,
Number make a choke?
my screen went dead. Come on, you Cromer, I got it, Sean. Sorry. All right, let's start this over. Item number 7 under communication, City Engineer Jeff Hinterleiter requests approval of a proposal submitted by LaBella Associates DPC in the amount of $1,035,500 for professional services regarding the new police station. City Engineer?
Councilors, in light that the information of the actual proposal did not make it in your hands for you to review, I'm going to request that we remove this and table it until the next committee meeting, if you would permit that. So that way I can get this proposal in your hands, and there's a chance for you to interact with it and ask your questions and be able to look at it prior to voting.
So you'd like to table this?
I would.
Can I get a motion to table, please? Counselor Allen? Counselor Vernucci?
Counselor Plunkett,
Yes to table.
Counselor Burridge,
Yes to table.
Counselor Allen,
Yes to table?
Counselor Benucci,
Yes to table.
Counselor Walton.
Yes to table.
Item number 8 under communication. Police Chief Phil Cady requests authorization for the City Chamberlain to accept the New York State Division of Criminal Justice Services Law Enforcement Technology grants in the amount of $105,944 to purchase computers and law enforcement technology. This is a rescind and replace. Deputy Chief Waters?
So my understanding, this was a language change that we had to make in order to accept the grant. We were already awarded it, so this is just a procedural thing that we had to adjust so we could accept that.
Great. Any questions for the Deputy Chief? Can I get a motion, please? Counselor Allen, Counselor Walton?
Counselor Plunkett,
Yes.
Counselor Burridge,
Yes.
Counselor Allen,
Yes.
Counselor Benucci,
Yes.
Counselor Walton.
Yes.
Could I get a motion to adjourn, please? Counselor Allen, Counselor Burridge?
Counselor Plunkett,
Yes.
Counselor Burridge,
Yes.
Counselor Allen,
Yes.
Counselor Vanucci,
Yes.
Counselor Walton.
Yes.